Greeting dear viewers and welcome back to Review program. Uzbekistan has recently hosted a number of international tourism events. Due to the announcement of Khiva city as the tourism capital of the Islamic world, events dedicated to this occasion were held in this historic city. In this episode of the review, we'll discuss the result of these events and why Khiva was chosen as a tourism capital. Years ago, in the capital of Azerbaijan, Baku, at the 11th session of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, it was decided to declare Khiva as a tourism capital of Islamic world in 2024. In addition to Khiva, 4 other cities applied for the title of the tourism capital of Islamic world. It was Abu Dhabi, Şanlıurfa, Lagos, and Dushanbe. But also Khiva was chosen as a tourist capital. Khiva is one of the oldest cities of Uzbekistan, located in Khwarezm region. This city is known for its unique historical architecture and rich cultural heritage. In 1990, Khiva was inscribed on the UNESCO World Heritage List due to its beautiful preserved ancient part of the city, Ichan Kala. Khiva was an important center on the Great Silk Road and one of the main cities of Khwarezm. Historians claim that Khiva existed already in 7th century, but its peak came in 16th to 19th centuries when it was the capital of Khiva Handship. Khiva is famous not only for its historical sites but also for the national dance of Lazgi, which has been also inscribed on UNESCO's list of intangible heritage. Another significant element of the rich culture of the historic city is also the national cuisine of the Khwarezm. Some of the most popular ones are tkhumbarack, shuvetoshi, ijan, fish dishes, and many others. This is what mostly impressed many tourists around the world. Now let's go back to the events of tourism capital of Islamic world. Uzreport TV team got the opportunity to attend the 12th meeting of the tourism ministers of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation and Pahlavant Mahmud's Strongman Games. More details from these significant events in the following reports. We are now in Khiva, a historic Asian city in Uzbekistan. Khiva was chosen as a tourist capital of the Islamic world not just for random reason. Khiva is famous not only for its unique historical monuments, which is a part of the World Heritage, but also for the national values such as the Khwarezm dance Lazgi, recognized by UNESCO, and Khwarezm cuisine, of course. Today, the city of Khiva has attracted the attention of the entire Islamic world. It was in the framework of the next prestigious events taking place in Uzbekistan, the 12th session of tourism ministers of Organization of Islamic Cooperation member states will be held. And now there was opening ceremony and the 9th tourism coordination committee meeting with the ministers of the Islamic organization was held here. Giving Khiva the status of tourist capital of Islamic world gives an opportunity to turn the city into the best tourist centers on the international travel market.
Uzbekistan has recently shown a lot of commitment to the tourism sector. This is the second international meeting that Uzbekistan is hosting in tourism. In last October, we had the UN Tourism General Assembly in Samarkand, and this time in Khiva, there's the OIC ministerial meeting. This shows the commitment, the continuous commitment by the President of Uzbekistan and the national authorities and the Uzbek people, who everyone we met resembles a great expert in tourism and in hospitality. A lot of the beautiful country of Uzbekistan is going through a lot of reform, a lot of developments, and a lot of tourism projects have been introduced to the world in many segments of tourism, especially religious tourism.
Between Egypt and Uzbekistan, there are lots of relationships that is dated back to the early ages of Islam coming into the world. And we both enjoy really strong relationships on the political and economical and also on the human side. Currently, we have multiple flights coming from Tashkent to Sharm el-Sheikh, bringing lots of tourists who are interested in our pristine beaches and also our heritage. We welcome more and more to come.
Within the framework of the events, the high-level meetings of tourism ministers and heads of tourism administrations of 57 member countries of Organization of Islamic Cooperation, scientific conferences, practical seminars, photo exhibitions, art exhibitions revealing the potential of pilgrimage tourism in Uzbekistan will be organized and held in Khiva. On the basis of Silk Road International University of Tourism and Cultural Heritage, founded on initiative of President of Uzbekistan in 2018, a number of events will be held to promote the discovery and expansion of opportunities in field of science and education, with the participation of scientists and researchers from organization's member countries. The international tournament Pahlawan Mahmud, strongest man, today started in Khiva city in Chankala. More than 25 strongest men from around the 15 countries of the world are competing in a competition. They're competing in 7 areas. One of them is, for example, dragging heavy stone from one place to another place. In the international tournament, the strongest men are contesting in 7 conditions. These include Oktosh Kharsangi, Obkach, pulling Amudarya boat, choking hold, tug anchor, holding Khiva clam, and holding vertical sword. The conditions during the tournament are designed in a way to promote local customs, issues of ecology and environmental protection, and tourism development. The competitions will be held not only in Khiva but also on the shores of Akchakul, 2 resorts of Karakol, Pakistan.
It was easy, but the second implement was a little bit harder because it was not heavy, but it was big. It's hard to grab it. But everything was good. Only I don't like it. It's too hot. Too hot, yeah.
Today, in the first round of the competition, first place went to strongman from Iran, second place to UK, and third place went to strongman from Australia.
So far, it was a really good event. Carry and load is typically a strong event for myself. The implements that we used on this particular event were very unique. I've never experienced anything like it, but that's what makes it truly great. This is my second time here in Uzbekistan for the games.
The tournament is not only a remarkable sports event, but also serves to expand international cooperation on development of sports tourism, enhance its prestige, promote the tourism potential and opportunities of Uzbekistan on global arena. This international competition was held for the first time in Khiva in 2019. This year is the 4th time this game is hosted in this city. The reason is that this Asian city is the birthplace of the man born in 13th century, famous as outstanding philosopher, poet and wrestler Pahlawan Mahmud. We're now in the city of Khiva, where the 12th meeting of tourism ministers of Organization of Islamic Cooperation was just held, and there was also the ceremony of handing over the chairmanship of the organization in field of tourism from Azerbaijan to Uzbekistan. So from now on, Uzbekistan is officially a chairman of the organization in field of tourism. So Minister of Tourism just proposed a number of projects and initiatives to be held, to be implemented under the chairmanship of Uzbekistan in the next 2 years. So these are development of smart tourism, digital tourism, ecotourism, and many others. The session began with the ceremony of transferring the chairmanship of the organization in tourism from Azerbaijan to Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan will now the lead organization for the next 2 years. Addressing the session, Aziz Abduhakimov, Minister of Ecology, Environmental Protection and Climate Change of Uzbekistan, outlined a number of proposals and initiatives to be put forward under the chairmanship of Uzbekistan. This include the implementation of program Smart Tourism Destinations, the proposal to fully implement the potential of domestic tourism in the territory of organization by facilitating the visa system using digital solutions. In order to strengthen the rational use of natural resources on a tourist route, the formation and implementation of effective proposals in this direction under the leadership of Secretariat, it was proposed to form an OIC ecotourism network. An initiative was put forward to establish an advanced training platform for the future tourism managers, who will be able to effectively manage large projects and tourism complexes in OIC territory.
Also, as a chair country, we propose to establish and develop for developing Islamic financing. We also propose to establish so-called financial fund, which will help us to finance big projects aimed to develop big touristic projects. Constructing touristic complexes, which will include not only hotels or restaurants, but also some cultural heritage and cultural institutions like museums, galleries. In general, I can say this event was very successful. We had a very fruitful and productive discussion with my colleagues from different countries, bilateral and multilateral, but as you know, it's just our initial steps, but we committing to collaborate and cooperate with all Muslim countries to develop so-called ziyarah tourism, which allow to visit the travelers and pilgrims from all Muslim countries to visit holy places in different countries, including Uzbekistan. And we are glad to host this event in Uzbekistan, in Khiva.
Tourism in the member states of Organization of Islamic Cooperation is developing at a rapid speed. For example, under the chairmanship of Azerbaijan in 2022, 224 million foreign tourists arrived on the territory of organization, and domestic tourism within the organization is 80 million people per year. During 2023, tourism contributed $753.5 billion to the economy of countries of organization, with 7% of GDP and new jobs provided by tourism.
Today we summarized the results of our 2-year chairmanship and handed over the chairmanship to Uzbekistan. In my opinion, Uzbekistan is pursuing a very active and progressive tourism policy in the world. Uzbekistan is a very important player in international organizations. A month ago we were in Shahrisabz, which was declared the capital of economic cooperation. The city is also very beautiful and magnificent. Uzbekistan knows how to demonstrate its tourist values. Here is the most ancient but preserved culture. There is something to show to the world. I think that under the chairmanship of Uzbekistan, tourism within the framework of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation will gain even more boost.
At the end of the session, a tour of exhibition of paintings on the theme Holy Places of the Islamic World was organized. The exhibition presented 56 unique paintings representing the sacred places of the member states of organization, showing mosques, madrasas, mausoleums and holy places considered the most sacred in each state.
This exhibition was very highly appreciated by our foreign guests. We will also organize this exhibition in other cities of Uzbekistan. Today we have agreed with our executives to organize this exhibition in the main office of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, in the city of Rabat in Morocco. The paintings in this exhibition are painted by 30 most famous artists of Uzbekistan. I hope that soon as guests and our compatriots will be able to visit the exhibition in other cities of our country as well.
Afterwards, the press conference was held under the chairmanship of the newly elected chairman of the Organization of Islamic Cooperation, Aziz Abduhakimov, where the results of the held 12th session of the tourism ministers were summed up.
2025 yil uchun Senegal
Tourist capitals of the Islamic world for the next 3 years were chosen. The city of Dakar, Republic of Senegal in 2025, the city of Cairo, Egypt in 2026, and for 2027 the city of Lodhar, Pakistan.
Very important decision we have taken here is to nominate Dakar, the capital of Senegal, as a city of tourism OIC in 2025. This is a great decision, and we are happy for this decision, and we are going to organize many events to promote Dakar as a city of tourism OIC, and we will invite all the people to come and have fun with us and to know better our country on cultural sites, handicraft, beach tourism, ecotourism, and all this type of tourism that we have to develop in our country.
For reference, the city of Khiva was named the tourism capital of Islamic world in 2024. In this regard, a number of international tourism events were held in this historic city on June 1st to 2nd. Khiva is a unique city with rich history and cultural heritage that has made a significant contribution to the development of culture. But why exactly Khiva became the tourist capital of Islamic world? And what are the further actions of Tourism Committee for development of tourism? And what role does the city of Khiva play in achieving these targets? All this we discuss with the advisor to the chairman of the Tourism Committee of Uzbekistan, Firuz Dodiyev. So why Khiva was chosen as a tourism capital of Islamic world?
And as you know, our ancient city of Khiva always was one of the main trade, science, cultural exchange centers of Islamic world. It's the hometown, home place for many famous world-level scholars like Al-Khwarazmi, Al-Biruni and others who contributed to the development of, with their works, with their knowledge and with their new openings, contributed to the development of Islamic civilization. And everybody recognized that, and all the value of the Khiva for the Islamic world helped for member countries to choose it, to recognize the importance of Khiva within the organization of Islamic cooperation, and all these factors jointly helped us to gain such an important reward of being a tourism city of Islamic world for this year.
So what is the difference between the usual tourism, which is ordinary, and Islamic tourism?
Basically, it's quite difficult to divide if you look at as a general, because the same route, sometimes the same mechanisms or same steps like of organizing such traveling, but travelers from Islamic world, Islamic countries require certain conditions like praying rooms, certain requirements to the food, certain requirements to their schedule, even because sometimes they have to pray, they have to do their own, follow their own daily life. And that's why we have to consider while planning our route, travel route, while we are planning to host travelers from Islamic countries. And that's I could say the difference is more in details rather than in general concept. So one important thing to mention that if we look after the tourism statistics, the portion of travelers from OIC countries have serious amount in general inbound tourism for Uzbekistan. For example, in 2022, 4.5 million travelers out of 5.2, it's almost like 80-90%, they have arrived from member countries of this organization. And last year also it was like 5.5 million travelers we are accepting from these countries, which means that we have to give precise attention to the habits, to the wishes, to the requirements of travelers from Islamic world.
What about the pilgrimage tourism? Is it how it's going in Uzbekistan?
Actually, it's one of the important directions. If you may know that even in Uzbekistan 2030 strategy, while we have series target numbers like 15 million foreign travelers and $5 billion tourism exports, in which serious portion should be attracted through ziyarat tourism. So by that we once again consider the importance of ziyarat tourism for our country, because most of the sites, travel sites, tourist sites, and heritage sites, they belong to Islamic world, Islamic civilization, and you cannot like ignore that, and you have to use your such travel tourism assets more efficiently. And ziyarat tourism is one of the best ways and best mechanisms to use their potential.
So there was just held at the 11th session of the tourism ministers within the organization. So what was discussed and any proposals from the Uzbekistan side?
Actually, the importance of the 12th session of Ministerial Conference of Islamic Tourism is that we received and accepted chairmanship within the organization on tourism issues for the next 2 years. And currently we are discussing what would be our vision within the organization, what would be the main areas to focus during our chairmanship, and other organizational topics also, organizational issues, internal issues also will be discussed, of course, in closed ones, in closed sessions. But in general, we are reviewing and determining our vision during the chairmanship of Uzbekistan in OIC. And then you also heard that His Excellency Minister already announced the main areas that we are going to focus on. It's tourism digitization, smart tourism technologies, as well as tourism logistics and a visa liberalization issues will be on our focus. And another main, I think, quite important topic is collaboration with big development and investment funds in Islamic world in order to improve tourism infrastructure, in order to create more comfortable travel routes between our countries, and at least but not the least, he invited all member countries to collaborate, to close collaboration in education sphere in tourism, especially considering that we have opened it in collaboration with UN Tourism, International Tourism Academy in Samarkand, and the minister invited all member countries to cooperate with this entity, because it without, I would say, forming such high quality and experienced staff in tourism, and especially among youngsters, we cannot guarantee the long-term and sustainable development of the industry. That was one of the main areas, along with what I've been mentioning about.
Uzbekistan is indeed becoming an increasingly popular destination for the tourists, particularly the city of Khiva. And the past events have also become intensive for the global popularization of Uzbekistan's tourism potentials. Stay tuned and learn about the tourism with us. See you soon.